We as opposition members fully appreciate and understand that the government will have to use extraordinary measures. We object to the use of the state of emergency in the way that it has been used by the government as a tool in a toolkit.
Jamaican people want better.
In the past, and especially during the early days of the state of emergency, I would agonize about whether we were doing the right thing in accordance with how the Constitution was drafted, whether this was indeed a state of emergency as contemplated by the Constitution, and eventually I would say I am prepared to give the government an opportunity to put in place measures which would be permanent. I would invariably say that the people of Jamaica wanted to see more members of the security forces in their communities, and they were convinced that this was the way to get it. And in spite of the conflicts, my personal conflicts, I would vote for the extension. That first started in January 2018. January 2018. We had states of emergencies until January 2019, when the private sector and the government started using the words around of a state of emergency to say it was a tool in a toolkit. I personally was repulsed. Because when the Constitution was being framed, there was absolutely no contemplation by the framers of that Constitution that a public emergency would be dealt with in this cavalier fashion. The Prime Minister, Bruce Golding, stood up in the House and said he was standing up for the constitutional rights of a citizen when he stood up for Dudos's rights. He said that the constitutional rights of a Jamaican citizen was not going to be determined by Ligani. You see that state of emergency, Senator Lamore? There is not one single solitary person who could have taken issue with any description of emergency. I recall it well. Gunmen from all over Jamaica went into Tivoli. They barricaded the entrance to Tivoli. They shut down Tivoli tighter than a sardine can. Nobody could penetrate it. And then the final straw, they burned down the police station. That was an insurrection of tremendous proportions that demanded the greatest response from any administration. That created a state of public emergency which made the entire Jamaica unsafe. I have always supported the government wherever it is possible.
Jamaican people